Hello friends, we will discuss regarding on uh, that is direct and indirect address with example. So previous that is lecture just how to define the direct and indirect address, but now I will tell you that is what is the I will explain the direct and indirect address with certain example. Okay, so previously we have already discussed that is direct and indirect address in this way. We have already discussed. Okay, now we see how to find out direct and indirect address. If we that is any instruction format having, we know that instruction format having normally initially we consider that is two parts. If we go through direct and indirect address, then instruction format divide into three parts, and one part is defined for mode. Okay, one part defined for mode, and it contains only one bit. Okay, so this bit is very important whenever we will define for address either direct or indirect. In this case, you see the 16-bit instruction defined in different three parts having having individual bits size. We have already discussed, just repeat it. Address part 12 bits 0 to 11, opcode part 12 to 14. Okay, and initially 12 to 11 address part, 12 to 15 that is opcode part. If we go through, that is defined through mode for direct address or indirect address, one bit is for mode. So obviously what happens, address part as it is doesn't matter, there no change of address size 0 to 11, but opcode part here is 12 to 15, but now opcode part is divided by two part, that is one part is opcode part, another part is mode part. So mode part contains only one bit and opcode part contains 3 bits, because total is 4 bit, 3 bits for opcode part, 1 bit for mode part. Now this particular mode part identify the particular instruction is that is a direct address instruction or indirect address instruction. Okay, that is defined through this mode. How? Since it is a one bit, it contains, mode contains one bit, so bit we can define that is either 0 or 1. One bit it will consider either 0 or 1. Okay, if it is 0, then we will see what is the data. Okay, how it is defined. Okay, okay, so it is defined through this particular mode I. If I is equal to 0, then it that is considered as a direct address instruction. If I is equal to 0, so 0 some opcode and address. So if it is 0, it indicates that it is a direct address instruction. If it is 1, then it indicates that it is a indirect address instruction. Once again, if mode part is 0, it is a direct address instruction. If mode part is 1, it is a indirect address instruction. So this is the basic concept of direct and indirect address data. Okay, whenever it is needed to that is operate through instruction. Now take an example. This example is very important. Now we will consider through this example, like a example of a direct and a indirect address. Okay, so same that is instruction format we will consider. Give an example. The example is like a, suppose add a. Okay, add a for direct address and add b for indirect address. Okay, two example we will consider and how to define this direct address or indirect address. Now see, if add a, the opcode part is add and address part will be means some address of data, means some address we have to define. For example, we consider that the address part is 358 or 358. Okay, and 358 particular in this address, you see this address contains operand. Means operand is available in this address. Which address is defined in the particular that is instruction. This is actually instruction. This is the actually instruction. Both are instruction. Actually this is a instruction. Both are. Okay. This is the instruction. Instruction contains three parts. One is mode part. Here is a 0. Another is add part, that is opcode part. Another part is address part, that is it mentioned 358. And where 358 operand is there, so there is no problem. And here is what happens, since this particular add operation, it has only one operand. You see, only one operand, one address is there. That means one operand is there. If one operand, then which register will use? Okay, which register will use? Very simple way. Once that is this concept you have to remember always. If any instruction having one operand, then will use only accumulator. Very careful. Okay. Whenever a instruction having one operand, then we have to bound to use accumulator. Normally. The question will arise, if a instruction having one operand, then which register we can use? That is only accumulator. Okay. So for example, suppose this instruction given like this, add a, that means you have to take this kind of a that is expression, that is accumulator, and accumulator defined in this way: accumulator plus access the data from memory, where memory means a operand is given, a operand data from memory access and add with SC and store in SC. Okay, and store in SC. This is the basic concept. If this kind of instruction is given having one operand, so same thing we will process through register, accumulator, and data collect from memory. How? You see, very simple way. So data available in this particular address 358, this address is available. Then data access from this is the memory. This is the memory where data is available. This operand add with SC, because as per this instruction we have already mentioned this instruction, SC plus MA to sum of SC, sum of data from SC and sum of data in memory store in SC. So here what happens? The data is collected from this operand. Here you see this operand data collected from operand, add with SC, and after adding this one, you see adding again store in SC. You see add access data from operand, here addition operation, add with SC, again store in SC. Okay, so this is the basic concept whenever we go through this add operation having one operand. Okay, so this is the this kind of operation or this kind of mode if there, then we can tell as it is a direct address. We can tell as it is a direct address. Very simple example is given. Okay, similarly, if we go through indirect address, then indirect address means what happens here mentioned, same another problem means you see add a B, that means the content of a B add with SC and store in SC. Okay, this is the concept. I will tell you what is this because double bar is there. I will tell you why it is mentioned. Okay, double bar means it is indirect symbol, indirect address symbol. This particular symbol is indirect address symbol. If you go through single address, the single square braces is recorded. If you double square braces is mentioned, that means it is indirect address. Okay, so this is the basic concept. You have to remember this one, how identify a particular data as a direct address or an indirect address. Okay, you have to remember one mark question may arise, that is if a direct address it is single square braces, if a indirect address it is a double square braces. In this way we have to define. Now same process, we will go through that same process. Memory content, here is 1, you see here is 1 means what? That is a indirect address. 1 for indirect address. This is the instruction I have already told. This is the instruction. In the memory, add operation will consider because the question is given add operation. Okay, because add b, here you see I have already taken add b. So since it is add b, so we add b with this one. Since it is indirect, already mentioned the question is given indirect, then what happens? Here add and address part is 250. You see, very simple way. It is address part is 250. This 250 go through 250, here 250. But this 250 doesn't contain operand. You see, there is no operand here. What it contains? At 250 it contains another address. You see, 1130. Another address is there. Then in another address, then what happens? If we go through another address, then another address also contains operand in here. So direct, if we go through here, if we found operand is here, so direct address we can consider as a direct address. Since that address contain another address and another address contain operand, then we have to find out the this operand indirectly, not directly. The control unit, what happens? It will search of the particular address the data is available or not, as like that is previous. In this particular address, data is available here. So you go through direct address. But here what happens? If we go through this one, the control unit is search through the pointer. Through the pointer, control unit search this particular address, data is there or not. If not there, again it will search. Since it is contain this address contain operand. Then pointer also go to this 1130, then it will find that is operand. Okay. So since it is not directly we can't find out, then what happens? That is a pointer search number of times. It is that is 2 times, means address found not here, again here, again suppose not there, another address is there, again another address having some operand, like this. Number of address is there, then pointer searching number of times. Where is operand? Okay. If a number of times search through address to address, then we can tell as it is a indirect address. Okay. This is the basic concept to define the indirect address or direct address. Okay. So this is the best example to define direct and indirect address with the example. Okay. So I think all of you understand this part, what is the direct and indirect address. Very simple way I define. I hope all of you understand this one. Okay. So thanks to all. That is I hope all of you understand. Please subscribe my channel and comment me to improve my the videos and progress my channel. Okay. Thanks to all. Thanks.